to Celebrating Female First. I'm here with Female Quotient, who are an amazing platform that empowers women.
I'm here with Mildred. Mildred is my coach extraordinaire, celebrating another black woman. Mildred coached my presence on LinkedIn.
What I do is I love to make women visible on LinkedIn. I love to help you to build your personal brand so you can move your business forward or your career forward. And the way to do that is by being visible. My motto is start being visible.
Amazing.
Do that today on LinkedIn.
Amazing!
Today we are going to an awesome event in the Londoner, and I'm gonna take you with me. Come along.
First for the Female Quotient here in London. You are making history. And this is just the beginning, because next time you'll each bring +10 and we will take the photo at the top. But it is really exciting to be the first. And the Female Quotient, truly, what we said, when you add more women to any equation, there's a return on equality. That didn't exist. Now there's AI. We're training ChatGPT to actually speak our language. And it can't speak our language if we don't flood the internet. We need to make the invisible visible. So we are flooding the internet with women in every equation. That's us, right? And when we talk about soft powers, collaboration, compassion, passion, kindness, right? Empathy, passion. Those aren't soft powers. Those are essential powers. Those are critical powers. Those ain't soft. Those are necessary. That is what true leadership is all about today. We must change the equation and show what leadership is truly all about. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all here to do. And what we say is we're power the pack. A woman alone is power. Collectively, we have impact. We are here, women supporting women. And that is what the Female Quotient is all about. Why should it take another 132 years to put Sally the same as Peter? I don't think so. Why should it take another 132 years to put women in leadership? I don't think so. Why should it take another 132 years to put diversity in boardrooms? I don't think so. Why should it take another 132 years to figure out the care problem? I don't think so. We can do this collectively. That's what we are all here to do together.
I represent LinkedIn. I wish I did run EMEA for LinkedIn. I actually run the EMEA part of a think tank called the B2B Institute, and we do a lot of future thinking about the way the world is going to look and the opportunities and the bets that we think we can make on the future. And I just want you to say hi to 2 people around you and then follow them on LinkedIn.
If you don't already know, but I think everyone already knows, the most incredible, compassionate, warm, kind spokesperson, anchor.
Thank you so much, I just want to say quickly before I introduce my remarkable panel that I first met Shelley in Davos at the World Economic Forum. We were all coming back after a crazy few days, and I hadn't met Shelley before. And I get on the plane and I said, oh, you know what? I forgot I couldn't get my Starbucks. I didn't get it in time. I'm so upset. This one is sat opposite me, and she gives me hers out of her own hand. Honestly, I've never forgotten that, Shelley. I know it's a small story about you, but I really feel very honoured and very blessed to know you. Kanya King, please. Kanya King, can you please? Founder and CEO of the MOBO Awards and MOBO Group. Please welcome Hannah Rothschild, CBE best-selling author, the first female to chair the Board of Trustees of the National Gallery. Who doesn't promote Trini here. She's unbelievable. Founder and CEO of Trini London, the Trini Tribe. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm lucky enough, we've known each other for quite a long time. And she said to me, it was probably 5-6 years ago, 2017, she was like, I'm going to start a business. This is what I'm going to do. And I said, Trini, I believe in anything you do. Here we are a few years later, $250 million later, Trini Tribe around the world. Trini Woodall! Sahar is the most incredible entrepreneur and mentor, and I'm, again, very inspired by you always. Sahar Hashimi, please welcome. Okay. So there's so much more we can do if we work together collaboratively. We can, accelerate, move forward, knock down doors, because we're not waiting 130 odd years, are we?
I think it's time for us to actually shine a light on what women have actually achieved. We talk a lot about the negative stuff that I find sometimes we don't celebrate enough. And so my campaign, By Women Built, is about look what they built. Look at all these brands, they're built by women. And if they can do it, sort of you can do it too. And I think we've got to start changing the narrative like that a bit.
It's like I had to learn tools that allowed me to be heard in a language which wasn't mine. And that's what I really had to learn, because I would go and I want, as a woman, to paint you the whole picture, to take you in, pull into your journey, tell the emotional story. And what I discovered is it made my predominantly male audience, who I was getting funding from, and a lot of them had this body language like that, when it was just not being able to focus on one thing. And I had to realize, actually, you need to be able to break down piece by piece, what is this, where will this get to, and how will this. And then also, I challenged, and it did make me some people who thought, go to the other side of the street rather than chat to her, but I just never have been scared of challenging. So when somebody said to me, well, how are you going to project your downside? And I'll go, you ask a man how are they going to maximise their upside, so please don't ask me a different question.
Sometimes in life you go against the grain and are persecuted by it, but when your convictions and beliefs are so strong, you find the courage to weather the storm and stand up for what you believe in, and that was my journey.
Sort of actually my motto in life is leap and the net would appear. There's one thing that we've got as women is that we overthink slightly. It's just we're very busy in our brains. So my only advice is you can't stop the overthinking, because the overthinking actually makes us so creative and such kind of value. But the only way is actually to not think, just to take the leap, to just stop the overthinking and almost press delete on that voice, the inner voice.
Hannah, talking about mothers and daughters, I know your daughter Clemency is here in the audience to support you. There she is. Wonderful.
Big tip is go and hug a young person.
And hope they hug you back.
I think it was some middle-aged weird.
Tanya, first, do you feel, because you've achieved the success you have, a responsibility and a pressure?
I've always felt that I kind of, had a huge responsibility to take my life seriously and to realise it's all about service. How can I elevate, nurture others? Everybody has their different motivations. And I think you've got to understand your own values and why you do what you do.
Well, hang on a second before you run off. I wanted to say hello in real time. Well, almost real time. I'm reporting to you live from my hotel room in Ostrava in Czech Republic. It's my first time here. I am here for a leadership training. It's a joint program by Leading Change Network and the European Community Organizing Network. When I'm done from Ostrava, I am traveling to Munich to have a very important meeting that could literally be career altering. Can't talk about it now. And after that, I am flying to Leipzig, where I will be giving my very first TEDx talk. And that's the exciting news that I want to share with you today. Now, why am I sharing this? I did contemplate whether or not to share the news before the TEDx talk happened or to wait after it happens and then come back to you to say, hey guys, I just did a TEDx talk. But I decided against that, and I decided to share it with you before it happens. Simply because I wanted to acknowledge publicly how I have worked to get myself here. If you've been part of this community for a while, you know that I truly and wholeheartedly believe that success happens when opportunity meets preparation. But the key ingredient there is preparation. You must be prepared. You must have done things. You must have taken action. You must have consistently pushed through the resistance to be able to leverage and grab that opportunity when it comes. And one recent example is the event that you've just watched, the joint event by the Female Quotient and LinkedIn, right? A lot of you could have watched that event thinking, how awesome, you got invited to this amazing event, this incredible network of women. But I literally invited myself to that event. I literally did. And I thought I will share it with you so that it inspires you to do that one thing that moves the needle in your career or your personal life or your relationship or something. Taking action really is the key ingredient to breaking into any space that you want to break into. So to give you a bit of background history, right? I decided, as I publicly shared in a recent video, that I want my work to be very intentional in the women's empowerment space. I know, of course, that I have built this incredible community of women, all of you watching, and I've done that over time, sharing things that somehow and sometimes inspired you, but without any intentions or strategy or any purpose, really, right? And I just thought, no, when I talk about empowering women, I want to take it up a notch. I want it to go beyond just catering to the audience of everyone, but I wanted to take it to creating this really close-knit, engaged community of women where we share, we hold each other, we empower each other, quite literally. And so when I made that decision, I realized that I needed to develop myself. I needed to know what I didn't know. I needed to break into the corporate space. Of course, I have a presence on YouTube and Instagram, but when it came to the work that I wanted to intentionally start doing, I knew that LinkedIn was the platform to actually start diverting my attention. And of course, I didn't know too much about LinkedIn. So what did I do? I invested in a coach, and that's Mildred, the incredible woman who you saw at the start of the video. And yeah, Mildred coached me. She said to me, Adanna, you want to break into the women's empowerment space, you need to be strategic. You need to understand what is happening already. You need to identify organizations, individuals that are doing incredible work to drive equality, and you need to be part of their community. So I took the advice. She introduced me to the Female Quotient, who I followed very closely on LinkedIn. I loved everything they shared. I loved hearing about the work that they were doing, the collaborations, how they were amplifying the voices of women. And in doing that, in following them very closely, I got to know about Shelley Zalis, the founder, who I had not met personally, no personal connection other than admiring her from afar. I engaged in everything Shelley did, and not out of stalking or not out of superficial networking. As a matter of fact, she did not notice me and had no idea who I was, but genuinely that if I think about the founder that I want to become, if I think about the women's empowerment advocate that I want to become, Shelley is an example amongst many other incredible women that I have come to learn about. And so when they announced on LinkedIn that the Female Quotient was hosting this joint event celebrating Female First in partnership with LinkedIn, and it was the first time that the Female Quotient was going to do anything in London, I signed up, I introduced myself, I gave them all of the info. I was like, guys, I am coming. I don't care if you don't know who I am, I'm coming. Before I went to that event, as I was leaving my bedroom, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you know, one thing that would happen today that would make this event incredible for me is if I got the opportunity to meet and talk to Shelley. And that was the one intention that I set before I left the house. And lo and behold, it happened as I set that intention. But you know what was more important was I was prepared for that meeting. I knew exactly what I was going to say to Shelly when I met her, because we're in an event with so many incredible women, right, who want to meet her, are already part of the community. I mean, the woman would have met like thousands and thousands of people. The question is, what makes you stand out? What is the thing that you're going to say to her that will make her remember you? And so I practiced that. I went there with the pitch of the value that I can provide to her community. And I did exactly that. And Shelly said to me, Adanna, I want you to be part of the women's health initiatives that we're running with the Female Quotient. Take my personal number. That's exactly how it happened. Again, why am I highlighting this? I'm highlighting it because a lot of you could have watched that content thinking that, oh wow, because I have a presence on Instagram or YouTube, I got invited to this incredible event. But it was the complete opposite. I invited myself. I took action. That action started with clarity, understanding where I want to go, where I want my career to go, where I want my purpose to go, what are my goals, and how do I get there? And when you do that in your life, when you start to develop yourself, creative ways of achieving your goals start coming to you. It's not rocket science. Success happens when opportunity meets preparation. How prepared are you? And actually just being there in amongst this incredible lineup of women, celebrating their first, their wins, their failures, their experiences with founding a company in the Mount world, personal life, motherhood. I was genuinely so inspired, and I thought it's about time. It's about time that we literally take this women's empowerment on the House of Adanna platform to a whole different level. I mean, after all, we have a different demographic, we have a different age group, we have different everything, right? You can never have enough community that empowers women. You can never have enough spaces where women come together to share their stories, to share insights, to intentionally share strategies, to make introductions. And this is where I am now. This year, we're going to have the first in-person House of Adanna meetup. That is my goal for this year. The second goal is that I am going to launch my exclusive membership group. Because at the moment, I'm talking to all of you at the same time. And I know that you guys have joined me at different shifts in my life. And I know that you have also gone through different shifts in your life. So there is no way that we're all starting at the same place. But with my exclusive membership, I want to be able to tailor the needs of the community. What strategies do you want to learn from me? What do you need help with? What do you want the group to be focused on? Is it personal growth? Is it career? Like, what is it? So the first work actually starts with you. Your first homework, click on the link in the description bar and go through the form. A few questions that I've put there to understand what does this community need? What do you need? What can I help you with? How can I be of service to you? I also want to know, what are you comfortable paying as a monthly subscription? Because I'm going to invest a lot of my energy, but when I start to get the idea of your needs and what you're comfortable paying, it will help me tailor a specific community where everyone there knows, okay, this is the goal. This is what we're trying to achieve. But anyway, it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to highlight to you how incredible this event was, how inspired I was to literally take a lot of what I saw and bring it to this community directly. So it is time for us to take this women's empowerment to the next level. Quite literally. I want to have a community where you can literally ring me up to say, hey, Adanna, I need your advice on X. And I can do the same as well. So when you're done with the questionnaire, I will get a sense of how to move forward. YouTube have recently launched the feature that makes it possible to create exclusive memberships within the community. And so although that I will continue to share my story with the hope that it motivates or inspires one of you out there, I do really want to have an exclusive membership where there is a shared goal and a shared purpose. So take the time to fill out the link in the description bar, and I'm looking forward to us taking our women's empowerment intention in this community to the next level. I hope you loved watching this video, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.